June Bugs, it's Jerry Bugs Corner here, and this is part 2 of the summer solstice saga that's happening today. So now we are making our zero waste lemon squares, and I'm so excited. So what we have, let's see if I can angle you guys down. Okay, hopefully my phone doesn't just pop out. So we have a cup of flour, fourth of a cup of sugar. We're gonna do 2.5 cracks of sea salt, eight tablespoons of butter, and then just a splash of vanilla. And this is going to be our crust. We're at 350 right now, and well, we're waiting for it to come to 350, and then I will tell you the next step. I would say half a capful of vanilla, and then we're good. And in tradition of Litha, we are going to do a little bit of witchcraft. You can totally skip this step and everything stays the same. It's just the intention and the benefits of it are totally different. They're just within your own mind if that's how you're going to take it. But we're going to do whatever sigil you want, whether it's your own or one you found on the internet. We're gonna butter this, do our sigil first, and then spread it everywhere so it spreads throughout the entire container. And we also grease and have everything ready to go. Okay, and this is our dough, and we're gonna press it into our 8" by 8" pan. Okay, so the oven is up to temperature, and we're gonna put this in for 25 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to remove the stickers from our lemons, and we're going to cut off this really nubby part, just because there's a lot of concentration of bitter. Bam.
Yeah, space. Can't beat it.
I love it too.
Remove the sticker on this one.
Feelings about the two cities aside, we don't share your assertion that the couple is an LA-based family.
And then we're going to
that they would go back to New York after Nicole
cut off
finished
this
the
one.
I'm not aware of any deal.
Bam.
show.
Here. And this is how we're going to make it zero waste with part of our recipe. And the other half of these we're going to cut and dry and then use them for spell work later and put them in little mason jars. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so we're going to take three-fourths of a cup. Bam. Of sugar. There's already the 1.5 lemons in here. 3 tablespoons of butter. 4 teaspoons, just very, very small, 4 teaspoons of cornstarch, a whole cup of lemon juice, and then
You saw her get ready to die for me too, didn't you?
2 cracks of salt. Sorry for my boyfriend. And then we are going to add 3 eggs, and then we're going to blend this in our NutriBullet or a blender, either one. and till it's completely smooth, and then we'll wait for our crust and then we'll pour it over, and I'll show you the next step. Also, some tips for you baby witches and people who are curious or just finding out about Wicca. Before you do any of this, first, consent. Make sure everybody who's eating the food that you are magically enchanting or are channeling and have that intention with the food, make sure the people that you are serving it to know that that's what's happening, so they can consent to eating it. And just like BDSM, it's consensual. So, on to number 2. Make sure that nobody has any allergies to anything that you're using, obviously. And 3, second most important, really, make sure you have clear intentions of what you set out to do with your food. And that goes out with any of your spell work at all. But since I'm a kitchen witch, we're doing it here in the kitchen. My intention is good tidings till this winter, and then I will reinstate that with my next feast. But for right now, it's sweets and treats and gluttonous wheat, and I'm excited. Also, instead of buttering your dish, you could use parchment paper. Just make sure to compost it. It's super easy to actually start, and actually, I'll show you how I do it. Okay, so first of all, I bought all of these plants except for the one that's in this big pot right here. These are a bunch of seedlings I decided to start, but, oh, the door's still open. So, I have an aloe vera plant right here. There's a cactus that we named Grandma way back there. We've had her for like a year now. There's garden sage in this small pot. Right here is my proud boy. This is my tomato plant. It's purple heirloom tomatoes. Basil, which is doing fantastic. That's my okra plant. This is just a wild assortment of lavender, some inedible mint, and then a bunch of other flowers because I just wanted some color. And then this is the compost pot. Also right here I have some leeks and some garlic that I'm wanting to sprout. Now, composting is super easy. I thought that it was really hard and it was something that you really had to take like forever to do. But no, when I kind of realized how many food scraps I was actually using, it became super easy. And I could use anything from like the leftovers of seafood, vegetable scraps, as long as they do not resprout. You don't want, unless you're intending for it to resprout, don't do something that resprouts. So I save the skins of potatoes to like make stocks and stuff, and then I like throw that into compost because then it won't resprout. But if you have it raw, it kind of tends to just boop because nutrients is coming to it and it hasn't been boiled to absolute shit. So I also have a couple of like other things. I'll link my TikTok because I have more tips over there. But I will let you guys know what my garden journey is like. And I literally only started about a month and a half ago, and that's my garden out there. So, okay, so now we're gonna add our filling on top of our cooked crust. And then we're gonna put it into a 300-degree oven for 25 to 35 minutes. So now our 11 bars are out of the oven, And we're going to let them cool for about 20 or so minutes before we try to take them out of there. Now, you totally could do these with powdered sugar on top, but I prefer not to because I like mine way more tart than I do sweet. So adjust the sweetness level to what you like, but what I use is just a base level and you can always go from there. So adjust for what you like. And happy Litha, guys, or midsummer, or whatever you like to call it. And blessed be, and thank you for joining me. Bye!